Self has lost itself.
Nothing good happening to Radiant's middle tower.
Magical got much less gold for the kill.
That's like in Halo, you know, when you just crouch and I don't want to say it, I don't want to get fired, but
it's a receptacle that holds tea.
oh boy. I don't even think that's bad that bad of a storm matchup too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have high armor, you push in the lane naturally, it feels good.
You have static remnant against a melee hero.
Yeah. Getting solo like that.
Gonna be able to catch him and slide around, but she will end up dying.
Zayas is just...
Yeah, 4-1 already. Navi off to a very hot start, as they did come out of what I would say is a pretty tough read. And we are going to watch OG pick up their second kill of the game. They're going to really give that one to Seb. It's just a 5-position Warlock, and Crystallize is still farming.
Dude, does that just stay there? The spray paint?
Yeah.
Oh, the shame.
He's gonna, until he repaints it, I believe. That's the only time that he, the pullback stops him. Getting a little bit close there.
I remember Magical, like, this guy plays so much TA. That's the one thing I know about Magical. He plays TA and Dusa.
Yeah.
We casted like 7 games of him, and I went back and looked because I wasn't sure, and it was literally 7 games of TA or Dusa.
Well, despite the deaths, Anna's is still top of the CS board, 23-2. Our mid lane matchup, 18-3, compared to Thompson, 16-3. So Storm Spirit does have a bit of an edge there, even if he died first.
Yeah, because you can push out the lane. And Storm's going to... maybe he could have contested for that rune. It's actually pretty hard against Sark. Purge is way too good against Stu.
Bloodseeker has gotten the most denies in the game so far, though. But that's kind of expected. That's just what Bloodseeker does. Yeah, overpowers you with his Blood Rage.
That's sort of what I meant by, like, I think the lane matchup's fine.
Yeah.
It's one of the few melee heroes that does okay because you have that sustain. Whereas, like, most melee heroes, you get clicked out of the lane like 5 times and then all of a sudden you're forced.
I guess my thoughts about it is, like, Bloodseeker mostly thrives, not just at him picking up the farm, but like the enemy being at a disadvantage, you know?
I would agree, but I think that it sort of works both ways. Because let me say, there's no other safe laner that you really want to play in this position.
Or they not able to get the dive, but a top lane, Blizzy almost dead here. No-Tail beating him down with the 2 levels of the Astral Spirit, and he's going to try and fight the Shadow Demon as well. Will obviously die, but gets a lot of damage out that maybe Anna might just be able to secure both bounty runes, or is Ike just going to give up his life to be able to grab one of them at least?
Nah, he's got a streak, dude. Man's not dying for it.
He's going to turn, start getting some Shadow. This is very bold of him. He's actually going to try and go for it. He's got a slight up in just 1 second. He's going to pull the strike, but no, he can't get there in time, and that is a dominate streak. Zayak, why did you do it?
Dude,
why'd you do it? Anna was going to let you go.
That was like the lowest, was it like high, what is the quote?
That
high
was
risk, high reward? That was like low risk, low reward. Like there was no upside there.
Yes.
Unless he got stacked,
high risk,
like,
low reward.
He needed to get stacked all 5 times, get hit like 7 times on top of that, and hope that Anna doesn't fight back.
Yeah. Anna was willing to let him go too, because he was like, oh, you're just going to pop your shrine. And then he got too far away from the shrine, and Zayak is now going to die in mid lane as well, as he's going to be chased down by the Thompson Ghost. OG supports. I like how they seem to make a point of giving their cores the kills.
It's like the opposite Yapzor.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, like, if you're Rubik, you gotta steal kills, man.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Magical, just trying to do the classic Storm Spirit play and finish out his level 5 to level 6 transition in the jungle.
This is the most painful part about playing Storm, by the way. Because what ends up happening is, it feels like it should be okay, but because the jungle creeps like progressively have been giving less and less XP over the meta, you actually end up getting behind like 2 levels by somebody that can just purely lane.
And I'm sure that feels even worse if somebody's sapping your experience mid lane. They will be able to get the dive on his Zayak, but Storm Spirit just picks up his level 6, but he's completely out of mana. And old Jerry's might just be able to run him down. He's really hoping for another lucky shot. Rocket does manage to get him to pull back, but the slow is just enough. Jerix gets the final swing on Magical to claim the kill. And will be able to, I think, got out of the Shadow Demon's range. I think he might have died before the TP finished.
That is so rough. What's wrong, buddy? Just change whatever you
No worries. Don't worry. I innovated the radio broadcast at TI play. I can do it again, Swift. I can give them an audio only.
Guys, we're only no flames on no T tours. You know, he's doing this literally in his off time to make our cast better. We appreciate it, Script. Honestly, we need to get JJ. But as the game progresses,
when we said script, didn't you mean weapons?
Oh my god, dude, misclick.
6 to 7, 8 minutes in, a 1,000 net worth lead.
Let's click. Can we click the arc warning? Yeah, he's 8. This is what I meant by like you go into the jungle, you think you're getting 6, and it feels like it shouldn't be a bad trade. But all of a sudden, the enemy mid laner is like 2 levels ahead of you. I've been really feeling this lately, because before like a year and a half ago, it felt like you know you would hit 6 around the same time off the neutrals.
Yeah.
But now, for whatever reason, I can't tell you like the exact math behind it, but you definitely get it like a lot later.
That is a dead Bloodseeker. Now that Seb has his level 6, Bloodseeker is finally a real offense threat that is going to make him rethink his status in the laning phase.
And that's what we were talking about, how Bloodseeker is only good against like the cores that want to kite. Enchantress is, you know, she just stands there. Care about getting ruptured. Axe has a bracer. Pretty common build now. We saw Snaking do it a lot in NA2.
Yeah.
Seems like the general build up now. It's like it sort of replaces the Vanguard build up that used to be there. I think actually was only good when you could dominate the lane and you could skip from like level 1 non-stop. I think with this meta, actually, you're sort of forced into this position.
And
plus,
then on
supports
top
are
of
better at dealing with it.
Yeah. On top of that, you get movement speed out of this build, which is always super hype on Axe.
Yeah.
You can't just rely on your Blink Tagger alone.
And
They're gonna just die at mid lane again. Shadow Demon keeps on trying to prevent Thompson from taking this mid lane tower, but every single time the two supports of OG, Notail and Jerix will rotate in, wrap around from behind, kill that Shadow Demon so he can't kill the creeps, and Litz Thompson just chip away at the tier 1. And finally, that's going to be the last time they will be able to take it. But now before, we're going to have a fight as they do manage to get the rupture out onto Jerix. He's going to have to stop that roll and turn and fight as fast as possible. He knows he's dead, but a really good stop coming out from Notail. Dead enough damage, and the Storm actually dies. Crystallize sees a bunch of low heroes, but now that Thompson is here, he can't actually go for the kill on Notail, and he's going to slow down by the flux. He will die there. Not only do they get the tower, but they win a huge fight around that tier 2 area. OG walk away what was once a 1,000 net worth lead, now ramping up to 5K.
And Notail spots out the regen for his Ember. He's going to bottle him. You get good support. This is so rough when you lose. I think this all comes down to Magical getting solo kill like that.
Yeah.
Plus, when you pretty much when you lose your mid tower like that, and there's absolutely no trade, I think it's really easy to play from Navi's perspective, or from OG's perspective, because now you can send your Arc Ward into the jungle, and you can rotate all your supports to the other side of the map, and suddenly Navi has this like really hard mountain that they have to climb, because now they don't have their own mid tower. Any sort of aggressive maneuver that they make into OG's jungle, it takes so much.
Yeah.
You have to smoke past to get through that lane. The only other way that you can do it is to go in through this off lane, which is why people prioritize the off lane tower so much, because it's the only other way into the jungle without getting spotted.
Shadow Demon Disruption is going to be able to buy some time here for Blizzy. Is he going to turn and try and fight Notail? They managed to get a really good Fatal Bonds with some poison, but here comes Jerix rolling on in. There's going to be heal from the Warlock, but that closes the wall. Looks like he's just going to be controlled up pretty well. His sleight of fist,
he's hitting everybody.
Now to jump back in. Jerix able to knock around the supports and let Anna do all the heavy lifting here in damage. Gets the double kill while Seb picks up the other one.
This is such a cool rotation from OG, by the way. The fact that they decided to do this into the safe lane. They protect their safe lane area. They understand they're far enough ahead at this point where they can get away with doing so.
Yeah, they take full advantage of the fact that they won their lanes and took the tier 1s off of winning those lanes. Yeah, they naturally took the mid tower off of succeeding over the Storm Spirit. They naturally did so off 1 kill on the Bloodseeker. And now the last tier 1 tower that's left, just go for it.
At the very least, I think you should defend that area to the death if you're OG. As they're going to get into this mini fight.
Gonna try and finish off the Shadow Demon for them. Does manage to get the chance on the Warlock. He drops the Golem, though, onto the 3 of them with the Fatal Bonds out. But Blizzy, he just can't get a hold of anybody, and they're slowly but surely pecking away at this Warlock and tries to hide in the trees. But Jerry's quick to swashbuckle him down. Next Storm's here trying to grab somebody here, but he just can't get a hold on anybody. Blizzy gonna have to call and rage, but he knows there's nothing he can do. He will slowly be run down by OG. Forget the tower, just get the kills.
They're actually getting styled on so hard right now.
Yes.
Like, this is just pure outplay. And Crystallize, I mean, I love Midas as an item, personally. I think it's the perfect item for any situation. If you're behind, it catches you up. If you're ahead, it gets you even further ahead. But in this position, it's useless net worth. It means you can't fight. Because that's a prime position for the Bloodseeker to fight in, right? Everyone's kind of low. But I think part of it is that he doesn't match up well against the cores right now. So he can't participate in these fights that he wants to.
And they went so all in against this this Pango, right? Where they drafted both this Axe as well as I think the Bloodseeker was a clear 1-to-1 counter.
Oh, for sure.
And it's a 4 position. Jarek doesn't really care if he gets ruptured. He's still going to do most of what he wants to do, which is be disruptive. And
I will say, though, I think the majority of this game was really hard once the solo kill happened. Because then the Storm had to go into the jungle, and Jarex with his positioning over the jungle where he saw him, he catches him when he's level, he slows down his game even further. Those 2 moves in a row make it really hard for Magical to do the normal Storm play where, you know, maybe, you know, he does this often where you get the treads, you get a bottle, you go into the safe lane river or the bottom river, you immediately go gank, you set up like a tempo. He killed all of them.
We do need Magical to be able to pull this back in big. If
I think he's
going to be able to
hero.
come back, right? Because we're talking about Bloodseeker and like how hard a game of it is for him, but we've got a relatively free Storm Spirit game, and he probably is the best hero for late game at this point in this game, right? Like you're such a good counter to Arc Warden.
Yes, and you're inherently a very good hero against pretty much all these cores because they don't come with, like, aside from Ember.
Yeah.
But once you get BKB, it's a fine matchup for you. In fact, it's pretty slanted in your favor. But getting to that point is an entirely different thing. I'm talking about, like, you need Kaya, Bloodstone, Orchid, and, like, BKB.
So this is going to be a game where Navi are just going to have to hold on by this of your team, just slowly concede tier 2 towers in exchange for getting more farm. Try not to bleed away too many kills. You lose this Shadow Demon, not that big of a deal. He's going to get bounced back.
The thing about OG is that I think they love games like this, where they can just take over and run at you.
They are going to try and run back, though. They do have the Rupture onto Jarex. That's going to be enough to finish him off. Storm's here. It doesn't have a ton of mana right now, so it won't really be able to pursue for more, and Anna knows it too. Just boldly throwing out his Remnant and TPing back right in front of them.
And they're going to hopefully get this bounty room here.
Lizzie sneaks one. He's not going to be able to run for the other one, though. Felt like the Flux Ghost Spark Wraith damage is going to...
Thompson's not even going to check for the bottom one. He really doesn't want to throw away his lead. It'd be really easy for him to die there if there happens to be a support plus like a Storm.
Yeah.
He's not even going to risk it. And he's in that weird Arc Warden phase where, like, you can't quite fight yet.
Yep.
You're really close to be able to fight, but you need, like, that Maelstrom as your PS item.
I estimate the probability of winning to be above. I estimate the probability of winning to be above.
I know they... So I described this meta in a very simplistic way for anybody who's new to Dota. I described it as, like, aggression into control.
Yes.
I feel like that's a relatively good descriptive term, which is that we're going to have both teams be relatively aggressive. Once one team comes out on top, then it's about controlling the map.
They're just going to choke the rest of the map out and make it really hard for you. If you've ever been in this position, what it feels like is that everywhere on the map is dark and you can't move anywhere. And whenever you do move anywhere, it feels like you just...
Like, or you have to do, like, these these plays with very little information, like this one right here, where Navi are going out for the 3-man smoke, moving the opposite side of the map, and they're just, I think they're just hoping they run into Arc Warden, right? Yeah. Like this is the place where Arc Warden should be farming. Instead, they're gonna lose their Warlock in top lane.
This should be obvious.
Invade the jungle and realize there's no Arc Warden.
So the reason why that's such a risky play, or like, you know, why you can tell they're desperate, is because there's one principle in Dota. Once like smokes came out, is you always smoke to where you have vision. Yeah. Because otherwise it's pointless. You're just, you know, it's a stab in the dark at that point. Yeah. You're completely YOLOing it. So if you're a pub player and you want to get better, smoke to where you have vision, even if like no one's there at the time. You want vision of that area, right? And you want to secure that area for yourself. If you're going in blind, it usually means that a pro team's like, they're sort of wringing their hands.
Oh, the long jump in for the Storm Spirit is going to be able to grab Zeb here. An aggressive move from Navi, but the other Titan is able to throw on his ult. Zeb keeping himself alive bit by bit. He has many Shadow Poison stacks on him. The disruption is going to go down, but now the Ember Spirit is here. He's able to do a ton of damage out to the Shadow Demon. Not able to finish off the Storm Spirit, though. Crystallize doesn't see anybody low enough to really be able to capitalize on that. He had the Rupture out onto the Pango just to prevent him from entering in with the Rolling Thunder, but that doesn't really prove to be any amount of damage. And OG, now that Navi have made that aggressive play, blown everything that they have, they know this tier 2 is free for them.
I will say Arc Warden feels like the new Spectre. You know, where if you're not pressuring the hero, you can feel yourself losing as time goes by. You don't need to know anything. You don't even have to click his hero. You just sort of know, like, we're slowly but surely losing this game because we're not applying pressure on this hero, and he's being able to sit back.
Dude, this is the second time I've seen this. And the first time, I was able to explain it away. Yeah. This 10 talent for Pango, he went to 300 swashbuckle slash rate. Literally everybody goes in. Maybe it's a Bloodseeker thing? Yeah. Like he wants to move less.
I mean, I declare
he wants the range longer.
Whoever wins this series to be my top 8 team, and the other one will finish 12th. That is my prediction. That is as bold as it gets.
Okay.
There's no logic in it, by the way. Don't go anywhere near that. Like, I absolutely mean nothing by it.
It's just a gut feeling.
It's not even a gut feeling. I did it to try to impress Script.
I like trying to impress a girl, and
I want him to like me.
He's so cool. Crystallize tries to go for the TP away in a cute little hiding spot, but it doesn't work. He will die. All alone.
They really leave them in kills.
Yes, they like
I would love to play on OG.
I bet.
This is awesome.
You know who else would love to play on OG?
Who?
Gunner. You know, I was playing with Gunner and Monkeys Forever and them, and I accidentally stole a Rampage. I was securing the game in my head, but you know, I took the Rampage. They got so.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Tier 2, another one free for the taking at this point. OG are just so far ahead that they don't really have to show a whole lot of heroes at bottom. They just let Zeb do his thing. What a cool build that everybody can rotate over if needed.
Midas, Atos, and a BKB. What? That is honestly so... Alright, so if Navi were to win...
Yeah.
I saw, like, people have so many pennants for Navi.
Oh yeah.
Jeez Louise.
The leftover penance.
If Navi were to win, you have to contest this Roche. That is step one.
You got to get a 6 Storm Spirit steal at this point.
You just have to gamble for it, I think.
Yeah. And they have smoked up trying to get positioning.
They haven't used a rock in so long. We saw that one time they used it by their shrine, but Anna just sort of did Ember Spirit things. This time around, you need a good rock fight, but it looks like they're just going to go back for the map control for now. In this sort of game of chicken, by the way, the team that's lost all the towers always has to pull first. Yeah. Because you have to deal with your lane. And OG has so much map control on the map, you have to like spend time resetting things. Otherwise, creeps are just hitting your towers.
Zeb's gonna just fearlessly lead the way. He saw what happened last time they tried to go on him, so he's gonna find the Bloodseeker. Immediately managed to get a rod of Atos on him. A call goes out. He managed to grab the tomb. Doesn't grab the Enchantress. The Enchantress will finish off Crystallize. A jump around for Magical is able to get at least a Pango kill, but it's gonna cost Zion's life unless that disruption TP out. No, he doesn't make it. 2 dead on the side of Navi with a buyback coming out from JRX. That feels like OG have secured themselves the Roshan.
That's an Atos now on the Ember Shooter too. Okay, so they've completely ruined the Storm's timing. He can't go for this this build anymore. When they went double Atos,
Yeah.
he
So
the problem
to go BKB?
No, because the problem is if you go BKB, you're conceding defeat anyways as a Storm Spirit.
Okay.
This is the roughest position as a Storm, where if you go BKB, you have no mana, and so you have no damage. But if you don't go BKB, you can't fight into any of the cores, because as soon as you get locked down, your highest net worth hero is useless now.
And it shows up. One swipe takes the kill and immediately zips back over to the bottom lane. What a life. 16,000 net worth lead. I like the pointing out the items, because this is something that OG did very well. Atiana to jump in. They are almost immediately blowing up Anna. Anna just stumbled into a world of hurt, and there goes his wicked 6th streak, but OG are not going to back down so easily. They're going to keep it going here. Thompson blinking forward with his Tempest double, trying to find an easy kill onto the Shadow Team. He doesn't actually get it. He's managed to get away. Seb pulled back by Magical, trying to be saved by No Tail. Does manage to get a stomp onto the Bloodseeker at least. He still has his Rupture, so Seb is not going to be able to retreat, but maybe he can actually get the kill on Crystallize. But there's the call from Blizzy, able to save out Crystallize. The real Thompson has committed to kill Crystallize, and now he's been caught. Disruption going down upheaval, making sure he's going nowhere. And he is certainly going to die twice. That is 5 Navi heroes all surrounded. He's come back for his second life. They're also low. What happened? Oh, that was a close one. Axe, he's the only death there. Both Crystallize and Magical got dangerously low there. I thought that was just going to be nice and easy.
I think it was the Mjolnir. It was the Mjolnir plot around him. That was still quite a big throw by OG. The fact that I was really surprised that they continue to go for that, right? They lose the Ember Spirit, and they're like, screw it, we're doing it. And then they decided to dive their base when there was still a tower up against a team that's very good at defending against that exact situation with Rock.
Also, even if he does get the Bloodseeker kill, like, he doesn't know that Bloodseeker could just have buyback.
Yes.
It's like...
honestly, you gotta really appreciate... I love both OG and Navi, because I could easily see Navi in that situation do the exact same play that OG did.
Okay, purging out Anna. Not gonna have the Flame Guard, but he will have the kill. As once again, he times that attack just right to get the last.
That's practice right there, man.
Well, OG may have thrown the game a little bit, but they have not relinquished the map control, or at least not a ton of it. Navi have managed to push out at least one lane. Magical doing a bit of damage to the bottom tier 1, but it's a simple thing for an Arc Horn to be able to deal with these pushes. Just Tempest double. Rod of Atos. Magical. They're gonna hold him there, but all of a sudden, surprise, he didn't expect 2 more heroes behind Magical. The back in into the silence. Just beautiful. Okay. Now the stomp. Jax from a distance. Gonna try and hit him with that swashbuckle, slow him down, keep poking at him if possible. But knows that he can't really commit too much with Thompson and Seb on the other side of the map. The Tempest double is going to be able to immediately jump on Zayak, who probably realizes that there may have been some sort of issue there. They're going to have more TPs? Is the Warlock really going to TP into this?
This is the worst part. Any illusion-based hero against supports, when you're behind, like when you play against a Naga or an Arc Warden, it really feels like you're playing a different game than everybody else.
Perfect.
It's one of those weird things where normally you could say there's a trade-off to your deaths, but in this case, you're dying to an illusion. There's no risk that Thompson has to put to any of that, so you're just like, well, I just died for literally nothing.
Alright, so he did go Bloodstone because you just have to.
Yeah.
It's the unfortunate part, but now instead of building Orchid PS item, you have to go for the... This is the right decision.
It's an Echo. Like, is he just aggressively pushing on lanes, or maybe he's baiting his Blizzy, as well as Magical and Wolves are going to be joining him here. They do manage to kill that Warlock to pull back on Anna. Blizzy actually fighting with Seth, though. They don't have a Disable to be able to stop him. Blizzy will manage to get away. Same goes with Magical.
I think they were trying to force TPs.
Yeah. Well, they did that.
Yes, because they went for like the split play where both people went for like different targets, but they're unlikely kills because they still have the tier 1 power up.
Yeah.
So I think they were just trying to force people up so then you could continue to farm top. And this is why OG is trying to read that, and they drew the line and saying like cut them off at top as well.
Yeah.
get there before they get there.
Okay. And Jarek's and Thompson's Tempest double immediately show up. And that's such a hard thing because even if his Tempest double dies here, the job has already been done. He's already pushed in that lane. They're going to be able to get the rupture onto Jarek's, who uses himself to buy himself a little bit more time, cancels the Rolling Thunder, has a swashbuckle up, and he's going to play on that high ground for now. Now, especially that Ana is here to be able to protect him, especially with that arcane rune.
Oh, they got the kill.
Jarek's does eventually die there as the Shadow Poison was enough.
Popped.
That was a 5-stacker Shadow Poison. That'll do it to you. He's almost got Blink Dagger. That is a very dangerous item for OG. A Shadow Demon with Blink Dagger in the smoke. Magical's going to be able to get some information with that. Oh, the Tempest double jumping forward. Crystallize is going to be disrupted. Safe for the Rod of Betos. But they do manage to get another one on the road. But what a jump in from Blizzy. The lockdown of both Seb as well as Ana gets that kill. No tail. Finally tries to go for the stop. And look at that goal. It just rolled in for Navi. This, what was it, 16K at one point? I remember that number at least. It is beginning to be chipped away by Navi.
What am I feel like OG was winning this game until they weren't. Like,
yeah.
I don't know what's happened. They really didn't have to do that dive at bottom. This should have been.
No, they didn't. Thompson just jumping in with his Tempest double, trying to go for the fast kill onto Sineko. Sineko unable to protect himself. And Crystallize actually being forced to use his BKB here as the real Thompson jumping forward, but the disruption managed to get it on the real one. Can the rest of his team turn for it? Blizzy makes the jump in, managed to get the call. The Gold Scepter protecting it, but Bill still managed to get the kill onto Thompson. A massive one at that. Well worth the cost of a Warlock so far. And look at Blizzy juking around Jarek's roll.
I can't believe this game.
Can they go back to taking this tier 1 tower? I don't think so. Fresh heroes are coming up. Ana as well as Seb are about to revive. They've got side lanes to push out.
Dude, Navi is resilient.
Yeah.
That is a...
I'll be honest with you, I didn't think, when I watched the laning phase, I felt like Blizzy did not get enough out of his laning phase, but he's coming in big time in this mid game.
Yeah, it really helps that they gave him a free blade mail when they all jumped into the base and they gave like 2,000 gold away.
Yeah, that.
But he is... We were talking about it earlier, like, you know, opportunity is like, you grasp luck or whatever it is. When it comes at you,
yep.
You don't throw those opportunities away. You make most of it, and he's made definitely the most of it.
Okay. Not an Ember Spirit player, right?
I kind of am.
Okay.
I've got like a 30% win rate.
So where... How many games? It's like out of 10? 50? You've won 3 games?
Dude, my Ember is real bad, but continue.
Okay. Where do you stand on the Aghanims? Because we are obviously friends with quite good Ember Spirit in Gunner. He's actually very much against it. He thinks it's a trap.
I think it's really good if you're close to 25.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
We're on the same mindset.
But I don't see, the problem is I guess he could use one defensive item. I think that I think Ember especially, what the real bait about this hero is because you have mobility, and all mobility heroes fall into this trap, you think you don't need BKB. But I disagree. I think this hero, out of all the heroes, needs BKB the most. Okay. It's your free get out of jail free card, and it also means that like you can use your remnants when you don't have Ags very aggressively.
Okay. So it's BKB literally just for the Storm Spirit? Because I don't think anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, also you don't get disrupted.
Ah, okay.
So there's no setup for the Axe call too.
Okay.
And the damage on top of that, I think, is really nice. Plus, you can't get silenced. Like, the way that he died earlier in the bottom rune fight was he got pulled into the Bloodseeker silence and he dies. You have BKB there. There's absolutely nothing that they can do again. There's, like, some pure damage that they have, but it would go through regardless of what item you went, like, bar Aeon Disc. I'm not about to see an Aeon Disc Ember current year.
Well, this Bloodseeker Crystallize has picked up a Butterfly. Crystallize is well known for being able to pull out these carry games, and even though the game is tough for him, he's still able to get all the farm he needs, and we're seeing that coming out of his net worth. He also has a level 20 talent with the 600 Rupture cast range, so he's going to be able to get that from a long distance.
Also, what people might find a little bit curious is the fact that he decided to go for the Butterfly this early on. And this is early, trust me, for most Agi heroes. Yeah. But the reason you have to do it is because of the Enchantress matchup. Right. And purely for that, I believe.
That makes sense. Because most heroes feel like they don't, like this early of Butterfly, you don't have the stats to back up, you know, like the HP. Call missed. Jerix now just gonna kite Blizzy on the other side of the river. Magical ends up dying though. That is a rough one.
They actually just have to get out now.
This is a total reset now. Look at that. The Aghanim Scepter is gonna be able to find a +1. The Shadow Demon. And a BKB forced down from Crystallize as well.
That's gonna get pretty low now. What is that, 7-6?
Yeah, he's down to a 7-second BKB. Turns around, goes for the silence. Sineko's warning him. Don't think about diving. I've got that chaotic offering. They're still going to go for it, though. Crystallize is so low, and that is enough. Without the BKB, he can't protect himself against all that magic damage. Sineko turns around, drops the golem. They're now going to buy back on Magical. Trying to go for that fast kill on Anna. Unable to protect him with that magnetic field. Thompson tried to save his carry, but not the case here. And a disruption coming out from Zayak as he loads up the poison. Jerix does manage to get a Lotus Orb out. The Shadow Demon is dead. He committed heavily to be able to try and kill the fourth position of OG. Now it's just left to Magical to try and clear out the creeps as best as he can and prevent OG from finishing off this tier 3.
They went for the dive again. This time it doesn't cost them like 4 lives.
Yeah.
And they get the buyback out. So they're trying to stabilize a little bit.
I was a little bit surprised they didn't try and finish up the tier 3, but I guess this feels like a free Roshan.
I actually think their lineup is pretty... I mean, aside from the Arc Warden, it's sort of hard to hit towers. Neither of the supports can do it. Ember Spirit's bad at it. Arc Warden's really the only one that particularly enjoys it,
and he's quite susceptible to the Storm Spirits.
Yeah,
so.
he doesn't want to get Storm Axe jumped, being the only person like hitting high ground.
At least not yet anyway. Soon he will have the Scythe of Ice. That will be a significant against the Storm. Storm will have the BKB though, around the same timing, so.
It was, they went for that one aggressive...
Blizz,
no.
What are you doing here, buddy?
They keep trying to get aggressive, because I think they think the game is, like, stabilized. But, not yet.
No, certainly not. It's still 12,000 net worth lead for OG now, and as they lose Blizzy, this likely means OG is free to take the Roshan again.
He's a huge hero, because his item set is so value right now for what it does. Blink Blade Mail.
Absolutely perfect.
That Navi, well, they proved before that they can play this defensive turtle game and force OG into situations where they may overcommit, make some mistakes. I have to do it again.
I don't know if anybody needs to force OG to make mistakes. Like, that's not even trying to flame. I just think that's their playstyle. Like, they want to establish that dominance.
Yes. I mean, that has kind of been OG's playstyle and what got them through last TI. A lot of it was just being able to have the confidence and teamwork to run at people.
Yeah. It's the idea that you treat things like pubs. You know, you just have fun. Cool way to play Dota. It's what a lot of fans do.
Yeah. Lit Thompson and Anna, especially as you start giving them all these last hits on kills, put them into a place where they've got a net worth advantage and they feel strong enough and confident enough to just go in and outplay people.
And for Navi, the thing about Navi and what makes it such a fun stylistic matchup is I think they're very similar to you.
Yeah.
In that regard. It's just they got off to such a bad laning start with Thompson getting the solo kill and all that.
Fast jump in from Anna with that Aghanim Scepter. Zayak looking for something, trying to get out the purge. May just die before he gets anything cast out. It's a well-timed Rod of Atos into the stomp. Prevents him from casting a single spell. Blizzy is spotted as he actually runs into the sentries. A long jump in for Magical, but it really doesn't do that much damage as Thompson is still going to be okay. No, he's not. He tried to go for the TP out. Doesn't actually make it. A long jump over. Actually catches no tail as well. Great awareness from Magical. Another zip out with a TP away to the fountain is going to allow him to get away, but Crystallize won't be as lucky. It looks like he gets hexed up as his BKB fades. He doesn't make the jump away, but Magical still being alive might be able to at least keep this to one lane of racks. Maybe he's able to hold entirely. We'll have to see.
Thompson could use the buyback for that, so there's some opportunity for them as the immediate buyback from Crystallize. This will be a 3v4.
Seb, ooh, that's a great counter to Aeon Disc, I guess, in a way. You throw out Soul Catcher, 1 point of damage instantly. Soul Catcher's gonna, or Aeon Disc gonna get popped.
I have to imagine that's more for the axe, but it works in that situation too.
Thompson
It's gonna be set of racks.
finish up that lane of barracks. Gets a little bit of chip damage on the tier 3 and tier 4s. Now it's Shrine time.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
So OG are going to be able to reclaim what they lost when it came to that gigantic net worth lead that they had real early on to the game. Brings it back.
Radiant's
After a
bottom
few
shrine.
pickoffs and well-established pushes. But the next push is going to be harder as they do manage to... it's okay, just keep on committing to these Arc Warden Tempest doubles if you can. They're worth a lot of gold. Sadly, they actually... Magical almost dying to.
And over here, Radiant's top tower.
Actually just got forced completely into the base.
But we almost have level 25 on Storm Spirit, and that is just a nightmare to push against.
Yes. Have they just given him all the tomes?
Maybe. I mean, he has been the recipient of a lot of these solo kills.
That's very true, too.
So,
They smoke right in front of their base.
just to get some, trying to get some vision down. Unspotted side actually managed to get the disruption. 3 casts to blink in from Thompson's Tempest double. So we get the illusions to try and deal with the Tempest double and kill it for very little commitment. Still, it's so tanky. Try to push out that mid lane. They are going to be able to finally the Tempest double dies. Heal up a little bit more for Magical. See if he can deal with this bottom lane push to Seb. Every single time he just establishes himself as this super tanky hero that can be right there hitting the barracks, and they can't really commit to him. That's why the Storm Spirit is always going for that back line. Does manage to find the real Thompson. He's going to be forced to pop the cheese, but now Magical. Oh no, he's used a little bit too much. He does have a bunch of stick charges though. One last jump gets him close to the fountain, but not close enough. And sees a weakness, and he's going to try and jump towards him, finish him off. The Storm Spirit, he's low, and he dies. The Golem doesn't get there in time to be able to bail him out. That's 2 minutes on the clock. Snako, he's going to die here as well. Doesn't even have his level 20, so no extra Golem for him on depth. And Navi, with only 2 members alive, Crystallize and Zyke, it's going to be a very, very hard hold for them. Fortunately, OG are quite slow at being able to hit buildings. But I have to imagine 90 seconds might just be a bit too much unless the Shatter team can manage to get a kill off of this one. Seb, he gets quite low, but there's a Lotus Orb to be able to remove some of the Shadow Poison stacks. Yules after Yules, but it's not enough. Another 2-minute timer. This time it's the Shatter Demon. Look at these. All right, Blizzy.
I mean, what is he gonna do, man?
Oh,
What are you gonna do?
and that's where you call it. You don't want to get farmed in the fountain anymore by Thompson, because that's exactly what he's going to do. He did before on a Roshan on spawn. This time he's doing it to Navi heroes. No G. A little bit of a close call there as they did get a bit overzealous.
I'm just gonna be 100% honest with you. That was not that close. There was no point of that where, you know, if you're a fan of OG, you shouldn't have really been worried. We were trying to like make it sound close, like, oh, they threw, and like they did a little bit, but you can only throw like that when you're realistically like as far ahead.
You're so far ahead, yeah.
Then it doesn't really matter. So big, like magnitude.
This poor graph. Look at this graph, man. It like for one brief shining moment, Navi was up by like 5 experience. They had a 5 experience.
5 experience
for OG. Rough times though for Navi, but a lot of it did center on the fact that. So, game 2, we have a better laning phase. As we said, Navi has a similar style. They could just as easily aggressive snow.
Yes, and I think they really rely on that. Having a good lane, working their way through. But I mean, all 3 lanes sort of went bad for them.
All right,
no timer.
Well, we'll see what happens. OG versus Navi. We have a game 2 coming up, so don't go anywhere.